So we have completed 3 demo sessions: DevOps introduction, cloud introduction, and also we discussed about technical questions, general questions, right? Yeah, today we are going to discuss about SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. In real-time projects, how the software development lifecycle, how can we manage this? How can we work on SDLC? So what is the importance of SDLC? Right? How developer develop the code, how the testing will be happen in real-time projects. As a DevOps engineer, what we will do, how can we automate the activities, how can we perform the automation activities. So these are all very, very important, right? Yeah, so before going to the subject, first we need to understand this process, right? SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle Process. So anyone newly joined today first session? Anyone joined today only first session? You will get the recording. If anyone joined today first session, you'll get the recording. You can go through the recordings, previous recordings. Previous recordings. 3 recordings, 3 demos completed. So you'll get the recordings and you can go through the recordings and you can continue from today onwards. Okay, fine. Let's get started. Yeah. Software development lifecycle. So here, when we talk about software development lifecycle, so currently every project team, every organization, they are using Agile methodology, right? In every organization, every project team. Yeah, someone saying Lavanya, so I missed 2 sessions. You'll get the recording sessions. Those are demos only. Okay. So you can go through the recordings and you can continue. You can continue today onwards. So after this session, you can go through the recordings. Okay. Fine. Yeah, every organization, every project team, they are implementing the Agile methodology, right? So what is Agile? Anyone having idea? It's a parallel development, right? So Azure is the parallel development. So currently every organization, every project team, they are working on Agile methodology. Agile is the parallel development. In Agile, yeah, so we create the sprints, right? In Agile, we create the sprint. What is sprint? Sprint is a timeline. Sprint is a timeline, right? So every application divided into bits and pieces. Every application, for example, the development team, they are working on application development. That application will be divided into bits and pieces. That bits and pieces we can call it as sprint. Sprint can be 1 week to 1 month, right? For example, one sprint started today. By this weekend Sunday EOD, that should be completed. That is the 1 week sprint. So for example, one sprint started today on 8th. Yeah, on 8th December. By next month 7th EOD, that should be completed, which is a monthly sprint. So weekly sprints, monthly sprints, right? So as per the project team requirement, we create the sprints and we work on the sprint. Sprint is a timeline. So in Agile methodology, requirement gathering, design, development, testing, deploy, review. So these are all the stages we use. Yeah, look at here. So very first thing, we need to plan. For example, client gave the requirement that we need to plan, right? So how many front-end APIs required? So what are the databases required, right? First, we need to plan. After that, so developers start the development, coding, right? So after that, whatever the development application developed, that application we need to build by using the CI/CD tools. After that, testing should be happened. Release, it will move to the release. So then we can deploy and also we can operate. Look at here. So planning, requirement finalization, right? Updates, new changes, architecture, design, these are all. So code is nothing but development, application development, right? So build, compile code, unit testing, so code metrics, these are all we can check. Testing by using the unit test cases or Selenium testing, testers test the code. So after that, release, preparing release notes. right? Deploy means we can deploy onto respective target servers. Once we deploy, we can operate, right? So these are all the 7 stages, right? Yeah, in Agile, we follow the 7 stages now. So whereas, yeah, currently we are using, whereas waterfall. What is waterfall, anyone? Waterfall idea on anyone? Waterfall is the sequential development. Sequential development, right? So currently we are not using waterfall. In waterfall methodology, so application development will not move forward, right? Small requirement, it takes nearly 1 year, 2 years, like that, right? Now, let's move on. SDLC, software development lifecycle. Yeah, in software development lifecycle, so what is our role as a DevOps engineer? What is our role? So what we will do, right? Yeah. So as a DevOps engineer, we work on automation activities. We work on deployments. We work on integrations, right? Yeah. So here, developer develop the code in their local workspace, right? Developer develop the code in their local workspace. Look at here, everyone online guys. So what is workspace? Developer develop the code in their local workspace. So workspace is nothing but our local laptop or desktop, right? So this is a local workspace. In development, developers, they start development in their local workspace where we develop the application, right? So this local workspace, we can call it as Git local. Git local, right? So here developer A and developer B. So both are working on the same requirement. Yeah, they're in their local workspace, they started the development. Once the development is completed, they push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. The code should be moved to the remote repository. So which is, we can say GitHub. This is a remote repository or GitHub. So what is Git? Basically, what is Git? So we are talking about local workspace and also Git, right? So in our local system, we create one folder. That folder we can convert into the Git repo, local repo, right? Yeah. So developer develop the code in their local Git, right? So here in local Git, they develop the code. Once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub, which is remote repository. So basically, what is Git? What is Git? Anyone having idea? Real time guess. Git is a
repository.
repository, tool, or version control tool. Repository tool or version control tool. It is a repository tool or version control tool. What is repository? Where developers store the data is nothing but repository. It can be any data. It can be binary files, image files, video files, audio files. Where we store our data is nothing but repository. Version control. What is version control? For example, yeah. So here, 2 developers are working on the local repository, local Git. So first one, developer A is working on a front-end UI. So developer B is working on back-end API development. So who is doing what? How can we track? By using the version control system, right? Version control tool. So here, Git accept the comments. So which comments? Who did changes? When did changes? And also what purpose did changes? Who did changes? When did changes? And also what purpose did changes? Right? So based on these comments, it will track the versioning. Who did changes? For example, Ram did changes. So when did changes? Yeah, so 8 p.m. By 8 p.m. IST did some changes. What purpose did changes? Due to some production issue, prod issue, did some changes. So based on these comments, it will track the versioning. right? Yeah, Git is a repository tool or version control tool. So repository is nothing but where we store our data is nothing but repository. It can be any data. It can be binary files, image files, video files, audio files. So where we store our data is nothing but repository. Version control is nothing but it track the changes over time, right? So who did changes, when did changes, what purpose did changes. Based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. Clear, right, everyone? So Git is a local repo. GitHub is the remote server, remote repository, right? So every organization, every project team, they're following the same process. Developer develop the code in their local Git. Once development is completed, they push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. So our code is here, right? So whatever the code developed by developers, that should be deployed onto respective application servers. That is the final target, right? So if you want to deploy this code on respect to target servers, we required CI/CD tool. CI/CD tool. What is CI/CD tool? Yeah, so this is Jenkins. Jenkins is the CI/CD tool, right? Yeah. What is Jenkins? What Jenkins will do? Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, continuous integration, continuous delivery, or deployment tool, right? So in Jenkins, what we will do, we create the jobs. We create the jobs and we run the jobs. We trigger the jobs, right? So here in DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Jenkins is the mediator tool. It will communicate all the tools. It will integrate all the tools by installing plugins. Plugin is a package software. So in DevOps, multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Here Jenkins is the mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools, it will communicate all the tools by installing plugins, right? Plugin is a software. It is a package, right? So once we install GitHub plugin in Jenkins, then Jenkins start communicating with the GitHub. Understanding, right? So finally, whatever the code developed by developers, this code should be deployed onto respective target servers. That is our target. So if you want to deploy this code, we require CI/CD tool, which is Jenkins. Jenkins is the popular tool. So in place of Jenkins, we can use the Bamboo or TeamCity, different. Yeah, different. Yeah, GitHub Actions we use, right? So many tools are there, but Jenkins is the popular tool. 70% of the project teams are using Jenkins. If you understand Jenkins, you can easily understand other tools also, right? Yeah. So here, once we install GitHub plugin in Jenkins, then Jenkins start communicating with the GitHub. After that, we prepare the jobs. So job is nothing but schedules normally. So for example, there is a website here. There is a website here, which is a Cron Tab Guru. Cron Tab Guru. So if you go to Cron Tab Guru, if you check this Cron Tab Guru, it will show you something like, Cron Tab Guru. So look at here, everyone. Here we have different examples. Cron examples are available, right? So every minute, if you want to run the job, look at here. Star, 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 star. 5 stars. First star is the minute. Second star is the hour. Third star is the day. Fourth star is the month. Fifth star is the day of week, right? So in cron tab Guru, we can take the schedules. We can configure the schedules in real-time projects. Okay. Yeah. So this cron tab, every project team they're using cron tab. Okay. Cron tab Guru. So from here, we can pick the schedules. Yeah. So for example, if you want to run the job every day, look at here, every day, 00 star star star. 00 means 0 minute, 0 hour, midnight 12 o'clock. Exactly 12 o'clock the job will be triggered, right? So whatever the code developed by developers, that code if you want to deploy at 12 p.m., 12 a.m., midnight, you can schedule this, right? How to schedule, how to configure the jobs while working on Jenkins, we will go very deep. Okay. Practically, we can work on this. Okay. Yeah. Next one. If you want to start this job at 8 a.m. daily, 8 a.m. morning. Okay. Look at here. 0 minute, 8 hour. Star, star, star. right? So as per the client requirement, we need to configure the jobs, right? We can trigger the jobs. So once you schedule, so as per the schedule, the job will be triggered 100%. Okay, the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? Yeah. Now look at here, everyone, online guys. Any questions and so far? Anyone having any questions, you can ask me. Fine. So here we prepare the jobs and we schedule the jobs. As per the schedule, the job will be triggered. Once the job is triggered, this code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? Yeah. So whatever the code we pull from GitHub to Jenkins, which is we can say raw code, Andy. Raw code. So what is raw code? Raw code is the unstructured code, unformatted code. So this raw code we cannot directly deploy onto respective target servers, right? So this is the raw code. Raw code is nothing but unstructured code, unformatted code. So this raw code directly we cannot deploy onto respective target servers, right? Yeah. So here finally this code should be deployed onto respective application servers or web servers. This is app server. We can say app server or Tomcat server, right? So finally, the code should be deployed onto respective target servers. But here, this is the raw code. So raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why what we will do, we integrate one more tool, which is Maven. What is Maven? What Maven will do? Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool which generates artifacts. Artifacts. What is artifact? Archive files. Archive files. So artifact is nothing but archive files, right? Yeah. For example, yeah. So here application development, Java application development is going on. Java application development is going on, right? Java development. Fine. So when we talk about Java development, yeah, before going to this, so here, whatever the code developed by developers, the code should be moved to the remote repository. So from here, Jenkins take the code. So from once Jenkins take the code, which is raw code is we cannot directly deploy onto respective target servers. That is why we integrate one more tool here, Maven, which is Maven is a build tool which generates artifacts. Right? Artifact is a binary file, zip file, tar file, war file, jar file. So raw code will be converted to artifact, right? Yeah. So for example, Java development is going on. Java development is going on. Developers, they work on the Java development. Okay. So here, when we talk about development, three types of developments are available. Three types of developments. What are those? First one, desktop application development. Second one, web application development. So third one, enterprise application development. So three types of developments are available, right? So desktop application, web application, and also enterprise application development, right? So what is desktop application? Anyone? What is desktop application? The application which we run on our desktop, like Paintbrush, is the desktop application. Paintbrush is the desktop application, and also, Notepad, Paintbrush, Media Player, Calculator. So these are all desktop applications. Those work, those we can use in our local system, right? So my calculator you cannot access. Your calculator I cannot access. That we will deploy on our local system, right? Which is a desktop application. So if the development team is working on desktop application, what will happen? So Maven generates jar file ending. Jar file. Java archive file. See, the application team is working on web application. What is web application, anyone? So which we deploy onto servers. Web application is nothing but we can deploy onto servers, right? We can access through internet, that applications we can access through internet, like Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, right? Those are all web applications, right? So if the development team is working on web application, Maven generates WAR file and WAR, web archive file, web archive file. If the application team is working on enterprise application, developers are developing this enterprise application. Maven generates ER file, enterprise archive file. So what is enterprise archive file? What is enterprise application? So millions of requests per second they receive, applications will receive, right? Which are, we can say, enterprise application, right? So based on the application development, Maven generate the respective artifact. That artifact, for example, WAR file generated here. This WAR file will be give back to the Jenkins. Jenkins push that WAR file to respective application server. Here we deploy the WAR file. This is the actual process every development team following. Clear, right, everyone? Online guys, is it clear to you? Any questions? So this is, we can say, SDLC, or we can say build and release process only. Build and release. We can say build and release or SDLC. Okay. So here
I have a
yes, please.
sorry. Here I have a question here. So as per the diagram, the raw code is sending to the Maven or the build tool.
Yes.
It converts it into the archive file. After converting the archive file, again it is sending the data back to the Jenkins to deploy into the application server.
Yeah, it will not send back actually. So Jenkins take that WAR file and deploy onto respective targets. So it will take, Jenkins take that code, right?
Okay.
Jenkins take from Maven, it will deploy onto respective application server. So that will explain. So practically we can work on this. Practically while working on CI/CD and build and release, definitely I'll show you. Yeah. Any questions? Other questions? Anyone? Any other questions? Fine. Yeah. So, for example, in your laptop, you have 100 documents available, 100 PDFs available, right? So, if you want to send that documents to anyone, ఎలా పంపిస్తారు? What is the simplest way? Convert into zip file, attach into the Gmail, and send it across, right? Same way, same functionality work in Maven also. Maven take the raw code, unstructured code, unformatted code, different formats, different files. Maven takes that and it will convert into single file as a jar file, war file, ER file as per the requirement, right? That war file will be deployed onto respective target servers, right? Here Jenkins take that war file, deploy onto respective target servers, right? So this is the process every Agile team they're following, every project, right? Yeah. Okay. So here developer develop the code and as a DevOps engineer, so our role starts from Jenkins only. Our role starts from Jenkins. So here Git and GitHub both are developer tools, right? Yeah. So developer develop the code and they push the code to GitHub. So as a DevOps engineer, we run the jobs. We pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. We convert into artifact by using the Maven. We deploy onto respective target servers. That is okay. But where the testing will be happened? Where the testing will be happened? That is very important, right? So before going to deploy, we need to test the code, right? We means testers should test the code, right? So here, once the code is moved to GitHub, testers will enter into the testing part. They will test the code by using Selenium testing, automation testing, the testing code. Once testing is completed, yeah. So here we have one more tool is there, which is a Sonar code review tool. Sonar code review tool. Yeah. So by using Sonar code review tool, we review the code, right? So Sonar is the code review tool. Sonar is the code review tool, right? So every project in every organization, they maintain some code standards, right? So every organization. So here in Sonar, this is also developer tool and Sonar also developer tool. So in Sonar developers, what they will do, they create some metrics. What is metric? So if any duplicate lines are there, errors are there, so more than 3 duplicate lines, more than 3 errors, Sonar find out the errors as per the metric. It will provide the report, right? That errors fixed by testers and developers. Okay. So here code should be tested. Code should be tested. Fine. Yeah. In live application, this process will be happened. Live means, for example, Flipkart. Flipkart is the live application. Flipkart is the live application. Look at here, everyone. So, for example, Flipkart is the live application. So, Flipkart 24/7 from any region, any zone, we can access the application, right? They will not down for 1 minute because this is a digital application, live application, right? So, on the fly, we can update the normally Flipkart development team, backend team. So on the fly, they update the microservices here. Microservices. What are the microservices here? Look at here, everyone. What is microservice, anyone? So here, these are all microservices, Sandy. These are all microservices, right? So for example, if they want to update any pricing here, on the fly, they update. They will not down the website, right? For example, this Vivo mobile 14,999, right? So if they want to give some discount on this, 50% discount, for example, New Year offer, for example. So backend team, what they will do, backend development team, in their local kit, they modify the code. They modify the code. So they push the code to GitHub. The code will be pulled by Jenkins. The code should be tested before that. So it will convert into WAR file as a single file. And finally, will be deployed onto respective application servers, respective Flipkart server, right? So this is the process in every project team they're following. Understand, right? So digital application. In digital applications or live applications, every project team they're following the process, right? Yeah. So we have non-live applications also. Yes, someone asking, Sonar code is a compiler. So it is a code review tool, Andy. Sonar code review tool is the code review. So every organization, every project team, they are maintaining the code standards, right? It will review the code. If any duplicate lines are there, errors are there, it will provide the report as per the metric. Okay. Yeah. So here in live application, so every developer every project team following the same process. Non-live applications also available in the market. Non-live applications. What are the non-live applications available? For example, harshatrainings.com. Harshatrainings.com is the non-live application. Harshatrainings.com is the non-live application. So this website we can down anytime. We can take the downtime. We can update the microservices. Backend we can update, right? But digital applications, every application team, every project team, they're following the same process, right? But non-live application, what will happen? In non-live applications, what will happen? We have one more tool here, which is Nexus repository tool. Nexus report tool. What is Nexus? What Nexus will do? So Nexus is a repository tool, right? So whatever the WAR file generated by Maven, those WAR files we can store on the Nexus. Whenever we have release, we can push these WAR files to respective application servers. Here we deploy the WAR files, right? Nexus is the repository tool only. Whatever the WAR file generated by Maven, those we can store on Nexus, right? For example, we have a 15-day sprint or else 1-month sprint. 1-month sprint. So one sprint started today by 8th December. next month by 7th that should be completed. So before completing the front end, back end, database, different sprints we work on, right? For example, front end completed after 15 days. That we can convert into WAR file. That WAR file we can store on the Nexus. Back end completed after 20 days. That WAR file we can store on the Nexus. Database completed after 25 days. That we can store on the Nexus repo. So whenever we have release means release and intent. Anyone? What is release? Finally, that will move to production.
New enhancements.
Yeah, right. So by the time we can push this WAR files to respective Tomcat server or Flipkart server or any other application server, here we deploy the application. Clear, right, info? So this is the actual process. Every tool, look at here, everyone. So every tool we integrate with the Jenkins. Jenkins is the mediator, right? Mediator tool. Even Kubernetes also we can integrate with the Jenkins. So Docker also we can integrate with the Jenkins. So Ansible also we can integrate with the Jenkins. How can we integrate? Anyone? Ela integrate chestam? By creating the plugins and plugins. Plugin is a software package, right? Once you deploy, for example, if you want to integrate Kubernetes with the Jenkins, you need to install Kubernetes plugin, right? Plugin is a package. It's kind of driver ending. So normally we install some drivers, right? Same thing. Okay. Right. Yeah. So we are talking about CI/CD, which is a build and release process. That is okay. That is fine. But here we have other tools also, advanced tools. What are the other tools we have? So very first thing, Docker ending. Docker is a very popular tool, very advanced tool. Docker is the very popular tool, very advanced tool. What is Docker, anyone? Docker and Docker is a container tool. Docker is the container tool. Container, right? What is container? It is a standard unit of software. So in general, what is container? In general, what is container? It's a storage box, right? We can move anywhere, we can use anywhere. Same way in Docker, we use the containers. So container is the standard unit of software, right? It is a lightweight, standalone, executable program, right? So containers are very, very important. Currently, every project team, they're using containers because currently we are using online shopping, right? So backend, we are using containers. Very faster, quickly, we can access, right? Yeah. Next one, second tool here is advanced tools. I'm talking about advanced tools, Andy. Docker, after that, Kubernetes. What is Kubernetes, anyone? Kubernetes is the container orchestration tool. Container orchestration. Container orchestration. So what is orchestration? What is orchestration? What is orchestra and orchestra and what is orchestra? Anyone?
It's a band.
Yes. Right? Musicians together, they play the music, right? So which is, we can say, orchestra. So in the orchestra, one person stands and he will move the hands. Is the orchestration, right? He will control all the instruments. So he will direct all the instruments, right? Here, Kubernetes also will control all the target servers. It is a daemon. Yeah, Kubernetes is the orchestration tool, which is a daemon, right? Yeah. So Docker released in 2013, and Docker released in 2013, right? Kubernetes released in 2014. Kubernetes released in 2014. So why Kubernetes released immediately after 1 year? Because Docker also having some drawbacks. That is why Kubernetes released. So currently Docker and Kubernetes both are very popular tools, very advanced tools, right? So here Docker supports interview questions only. So Docker released in 2013, Kubernetes released in 2014, right? So Docker supports 95,000 containers only. 95,000 containers. It supports Docker. But Kubernetes supports 3 lakh containers. In Kubernetes also we use the containers. The entry question. How many containers supported by Docker? How many containers supported by Kubernetes? Interviewer ask you this question, right? So yeah. So these two tools are very, very core tools. We'll go very deep dive at it. It will take, Docker will take nearly 8 days, 8 to 10 days. Kubernetes also. So sometimes weekend also will cover because our course duration is 100 days, right? So we go very deep dive these core tools. That is why it may stretch 10 more days. Okay, even weekends also I cover. Saturday workshops I conduct. Okay, fine. Next one, Ansible అండి. Ansible is a configuration management tool అండి. Configuration management tool, right? So the name itself, it is saying something like configuration, right? So by using Ansible, we can deploy any applications by single click. By single click, we can deploy any applications. So Ansible is the advanced tool, very core tool. The first demo, I explained about the Ansible, right? So which is very core tool, very advanced tool. So by single click, we can deploy n number of applications, right? Next one, Terraform అండి. Terraform is the infrastructure automation tool. It is a infrastructure automation tool. So what is infrastructure anyone? What is infrastructure? Online guys. What is infrastructure?
Requirement for the application.
Right. Requirement for the application, whatever the resources we create, which are like servers, storage, network, right? So these are all comes under infrastructure, right? So by using Terraform, we can create 1,000 servers within a minute with all tag names, all applications, all configurations, everything. Within a minute, we can create 1,000 servers by using Terraform, right? So Terraform is the core tool, advanced tool, which is very secure tool. By using Terraform, we are automating the, so currently automation, we automate all the infrastructure using Terraform. So currently every project team, they're implementing the Terraform to automate the infrastructure, right? So for example, project team required 100 servers, right? So physical servers can be arranged within 1 day can be arranged? We can't arrange physical servers, right? So cloud servers, if you want to configure, if you want to create within a minute by using the Terraform, we create it in advanced level. So very advanced level, and this is very advanced level. So while working on Terraform, so practically we can work on this. We can check this. Okay. Yeah. So these 4 are very, very advanced tools, very core tools, right? Yeah. So here we have Grafana, and also Prometheus. So both are, we can say, both are monitoring tools, I think. Monitoring tools, right? So by using this monitor tools, you can monitor our DevOps tools, Kubernetes, Docker. These are all you can monitor. Okay. In AWS also we have monitoring tools, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, right? In DevOps also we have monitoring tools, right? Along with this, we can work on security tools, security. So how can we secure our applications? How can we secure our DevOps tools? Our course is DevSecOps with multi-cloud, right? So security tools also will be covered, right? I'll show you that. And also AI services, AI tools also will be covered. So along with this, in our course, 3 clouds will be covered. What are those, Andy? 3 clouds: AWS, Azure, and also GCP, right? Yeah. So here, along with this, Argo CD also will be covered in our course. Argo CD also will be covered in our course. Argo CD is the deployment tool in Kubernetes, which is very, very core tools, advanced tool, right? Yeah. So now let's move back here. So these are all tools will be covered in our course. We discussed already. These are all the DevOps tools. These are all DevOps tools. So Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Prometheus, Grafana, SonarQube, Argo CD, right? JFrog also will be covered. Yes, JFrog also will be covered. Yeah, next one, look at here. Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, Ansible. These four are very, very advanced tools. Along with this, four real-time projects will be covered, and four live projects, real-time major projects. Okay. So 10 small projects will be covered. 10 small. So 5 projects we cover in AWS, remaining we cover in other like DevOps tools. Okay, fine. So along with this, these are all the security tools. Security tools will be covered. And AI services. Currently, every project team, they're integrating AI services. Because, yeah, so for example, if you want to deploy any code, right? If you want to deploy any application, so we require AI. If you want to configure any applications, we require AI. Where we integrate AI, so definitely, practically, I'll explain, okay, in our classes. So Linux also will be covered in our course. Linux also will be covered in our course. So whatever the services required for a DevOps engineer, those will be covered. We are not Linux admins, right? So we don't require entire course, Linux course. It takes nearly 1.5 months, right? But whatever the services required for a DevOps engineer and a cloud engineer, those will be covered in our course. Clear, right, everyone? So here, support, daily recordings will be provided. FAQs, yeah, supporting documents. Soft copies will be provided every day, topic wise. Every day, topic wise, soft copies, and also questions. FAQs also will be provided, right? Sample projects, explain sample projects, and I'll give you tasks, weekly tasks. So here, look at here, everyone. So every batch is having Google Classroom and Google Drive. In that Google Drive, I upload all the documents and tasks also. I give you tasks also. Look at here. So 105 batch, 8 p.m. batch is going currently. So look at here. So every day I upload some documents and I give tasks also. Weekly tasks. Look at here. Weekly tasks. So here, these are the tasks. 3 tasks I give on 28th, right? So our course is DevSecOps with multi-cloud plus AI. So trainer, entire course I am all the trainer, and timings 8 p.m. that batch timings. Okay. Weekly tasks attached here. Kindly walk through the documents and complete the tasks. Right. So for every week, every topic, I prepare the task. Weekly task I give. Okay. If you perform the task, yeah, once you join into the project, you will not get any confusions, right? So real-time tasks only. These are all real-time activities. Clear and everyone? Yeah, and also resume supported. I prepare your resume. So what are the keywords required in the resume? I'll add the keywords. So how to upload into Naukri, LinkedIn, Monster, explain. You can upload into more, yeah, respective portals. You will get the calls. How to crack the interview. Resume preparation, interview preparation, classes will be there. Okay. Interview preparation also. How can we present our skill sets? How can we crack the interview? What are the tips, tricks? This all will be covered in our course. Okay. So technical support and while practicing, if you are facing any issues, you can take the screenshot and post it to the group. Classroom, online guys. Classroom guys, you can bring your laptop here. You can practice here. If you are facing any issues, definitely I'll help you. Okay. Yeah, certification support. If anyone need any certification, let me know. I'll help you to clear the exam. Okay. So placement support, we refer some companies and we give assistance, not assurance. Okay. We will prepare you and we give you the assistance. Right? Yeah, you need to practice. You need to spend some time. You need to dedicate for 3 months, right? So that you can easily crack your entry. Fine. Any more questions, anyone? Any more questions, Andy? Yeah, so we completed 4 sessions, right? So 3 demos and SDLC, right? So tomorrow onwards, regular sessions will be started, right? So tomorrow onwards, tomorrow maybe link will be changed. So make sure everyone register today itself, okay? Already 4 sessions completed, right? You can register today and tomorrow link may be changed, okay? So tomorrow onwards, regular sessions. Tomorrow, we'll discuss about servers, networks, basics. Right after that, yeah, so we'll start AWS. Fine. Tomorrow and day after, we will work on servers, networks, basics. So Thursday we'll start AWS on 11th. Okay. Fine. Any questions and anyone? So these are all basics and these are all demos, introductions only. So far we are discussing theoretical part. So once AWS starts practical oriented sessions, every session practical oriented. Okay. So not theoretical sessions. Fine. Any questions on online classroom, guys? Any questions you can ask me? So tomorrow onwards, sharp 8 a.m. session will be started. By 9 a.m. session will be ended. Once we start working on AWS services, sometimes it will stretch 15-20 minutes. Okay. So once the DevOps starts, weekend sessions also will be. I cover Saturdays also. So not every Saturday, alternate weeks at least. Fine. Yeah. So if you are interested, you can register today itself. Okay. You can check with our admin. So our admin number is, this is the number. So this is my personal number, right? You can reach out to me or you can reach out to our admin. They give you all the information. You can register. Tomorrow onwards, regular sessions will be started. Fine. Yeah, we can stop here. Any questions, Andy? Yeah, if any new guys joined, you will get the recordings. You can go through the recordings, previous recordings, and you can continue from tomorrow onwards. Fine. Yeah, so we can stop here. So normally every batch minimum 20 members only. Okay, this batch morning batch, right? Early morning, right? That is why less people are there, but few more people will be joined. So once the demos completes, once this AWS, once servers, networks, basics completes, once AWS starts, few more people will be joining. They are waiting for AWS. Okay, so every batch is having minimum 20 members a day. If you check here, people, look at here. So 20 students. Look at here. So this is a evening batch, 8 p.m. batch. Okay. So other batches more than that. Other batches more than that. Look at here. 37 people. 37. So like this. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So we can stop here. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You can take down my number. You can reach out to me, or else you can reach out to our admin. They give you all the information about the course. Okay. You can register and you can continue from tomorrow onwards. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.